Hello and welcome to the Iron Golem upgrade tutorial. Today I'm going to be going over the command I used to make the video I posted on Reddit. So, for those who aren't familiar with commands, let me just go over things. So, we have this command, it executes at every single pillager, so execute at E, type equals pillager, and at every pillager we're detecting if there's an air block 5 blocks below them, which is the -5 here. And if there is an air block 5 blocks below them, then this command takes place. Teleport at self, meaning teleport the pillager that's 5 blocks in the air, 2 blocks upwards per tick. Let's demonstrate things over here. So we can spawn in a pillager and the iron golem will hit it, and it gets hit 5 blocks in the air and it gets teleported upwards continuously. So that is the command there. But if I was just explaining this command, it wouldn't be much of a video, so I decided to expand on the idea of it. For those of you on Reddit who suggested that I use levitation, yes, you can use levitation. I didn't really think of it before because I was satisfied with the teleport command, but if you do end up using levitation, it's pretty much the same structure. It's just that the second command here gives the pillager an effect rather than teleporting it. So we're giving it levitation 255, which is the max strength of levitation, for 100 seconds. So we could use this one, and it is relatively smoother as the teleportation, you can tell when the teleportation initiates, but here the pillager forms or follows a more natural path. So to advance the idea even further, I've created a tag system. The problem with these two commands is that they only detect if there is an air block 5 blocks below the pillager. However, if a pillager were to say fall, there would be an air block 5 blocks below it, so it would go flying even though an iron golem never touched it. So in order to make that less likely, I have these commands over here. So let's turn them on and let's go over this command first. This command takes place at every iron golem. Each pillager that's within a 5 block radius of the iron golem will get the tag launch. Every pillager that gets too close to an iron golem gets the tag launch. And assuming that the iron golem will hit the pillager, we also have the command here to detect if there's an air block 5 blocks below it, and once the iron golem hits the pillager gets levitation again, although I've limited it to levitation 100 for 1 second, but that doesn't really make a difference. And then lastly over here, if you wanted the pillager to eventually come back down, we basically use this command. This command executes at E. I have not specified just pillagers, it executes at every entity, but that doesn't really matter because its effect will only apply to the pillagers who have been hit in the air. I'll get to that in a second. So at each entity, if there's an air block 20 blocks below them, then the tag launch is removed. Obviously, if it's some random mob that just fell, it does not have the tag launch, so it won't be affected at all. It'll only really affect the pillagers that are in the air. Let's go ahead and spawn another pillager. It'll be hit in a second by the iron golem, and bam. As you can see, it was hit, and now it's in the air, and it'll come back down at any second. And there it is. So, it came back down. And someone in the Reddit comments wanted to sort of make a challenge where each player that gets hit gets sent flying in the air, so I also developed the system for that. And this command will also apply to that system, because obviously we want our players to come back down after they've been hit, otherwise they can't continue to play and they'll just be stuck in the air. So, basically I've used a hit detection system here for Bedrock. I neglected to ask whether the person who wanted to make the challenge was on Bedrock or Java, so that's a bit of a problem, but just in case they're on Bedrock, I've made a hit detection system. Obviously, I did not come up with this by myself, so the tutorial that I watched will be down in the description or in the comments if you're on Reddit. So, let's take a look here. Basically, what this command does is that at every entity named Explosion64, which is my username, it gives them a pair of iron boots and equips it on their armor slot that has pretty much no durability, so it's about to break. As you can see, if I look at myself, I have a pretty much broken pair of leather boots. As you can see, the durability bar is even red because I've set the number to 900. And basically, if I get hit, these boots will break. And if these boots will break, then this command will give me another pair. An important thing to note here is that I've added keep here, and that means since I've already got a pair of broken leather boots on, that means that this command won't try to give me more pairs. It detects that I already have one, and that's good with that. However, when it breaks, this command will execute. And because this command executes, it means that this conditional chain command block will also execute. This command block detects if I'm 0.0001 blocks in the air, because when you've been hit, obviously you take some knockback. However, with the iron golems, you take a lot of knockback, but since we're just trying to detect when you've been hit here, I've accounted for all levels of knockback. And if I am indeed 0.001 blocks in the air because I've taken knockback, then I also get the tag launch, which sends me flying. Obviously, I have to adjust this a little bit because I won't be 5 blocks in the air again, so this command detects if I have the tag launch, and if I do, and I'm 0.001 blocks in the air, then I also get levitation 100. So that command works fine. The only issue is when you respawn, obviously you don't have a pair of boots on, and also when you respawn, you don't spawn on the ground. You do spawn slightly above the ground. So when you respawn, you'll be sent flying again, unless you have this command over here, which just removes the launch tag within a 5 block radius of this command block. So if I were to die and respawn here, then I wouldn't be launched up into the sky. However, if I left this area and then was hit, then I would descend to the sky. So it's just a way to make sure that I don't get spawn killed. We can also demonstrate that as well. So if I spawn in a pillager and I go ahead and put myself in survival, and I get hit, I go flying, and the launch tag gets taken away because I'm 20 blocks in the air and I die. But when I respawn, I no longer have the tag. However, there is a pillager right there, so I probably will get the tag again. But we can just take care of the pillager like this. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. So if you're on Reddit, leave a comment, maybe upvote. If you're on YouTube, leave a comment, maybe leave a like, maybe even consider subscribing, and I'll catch you in whatever I post next.